coming to I-9 for a year now, and I like it because the practices are on the same day as the game. It's very organized, and you know what to expect time and time again and season again.
Hi, my name is Brent. I coach iOS 10, which is basically 5, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds youth soccer. I9 is awesome because we really enjoy it just as parents, watching the kids really focus on themselves and us not necessarily having such a competitive spirit, but being more focused on just the kids enjoying themselves and having a good time.
Today's sportsmanship value for our medals is going to be about being a good teammate. Does anyone have a really quick example of being a good teammate?
Like sportsmanship.
That's a good basketball example. What about in real life? What about being a good teammate? How about when you help your parents clean the kitchen? You're on a team in your family, right? So coaches and I are going to be looking for really good teammates today. That means I should see a ton of passes. Ton of good passes, tons of talking on offense and defense. Hey, I got my man. I got your man. Go, drop the back. Very good, very good.
We've made a lot of great friends just through this community. We've got some lifelong friends now. We've got kids that are always wanting to be on the same team year after year, and I9 accommodates that. They allow us to be able to have the buddy system with the teams so that we can choose what teams we want to be on the next year if we've played with other kids before, and it allows us to really create good relationships. I love I9. I'm going to be back next season. See ya.
1, 2, 3, hard work! Go, go! You're a big blue bug. Come here. Come here, guys. Come on. I'm not going to cry, but y'all going to make me cry. Come here. Come here. Loud as we can. I9 football on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I9 football!
All right, so that's a little promo we did at our Peoria location at Arrowhead Elementary School. And let's get going here. Okay, so just quick about me. I was born in California, Southern California kid. Moved out here about 3.5 years ago, almost 4 years ago. Graduated from Grand Canyon University here in Phoenix. Graduated with my bachelor's in sport management. Coached Little League, All-Stars, Adult League, also played Adult League. I've been doing it for about 14 years, still doing it. Program director, so I run the Ahwatukee, Tempe, and the Avondale franchises. Some of you will see me. I also do T-ball side managing for Sequoia on Sunday. So I'll be around some of you throughout the season. Started full-time with I9 in July. I met Aaron about a year ago and started doing some T-ball, some site managing, some marketing, and decided to take me on when the opening came about. Also a couple more. Will, one of our head instructors here, you'll see him kind of running around Saturday, just doing wherever we needed him. Robert back there, he's another one of our head instructors. We'll see him running around too. Cheryl right there, she's one of our admin assistants. You guys may see her. We'll probably put her through the tournament of opening day in the next couple of days, so you might see her around too. So this is about our area. I started I9 Sports, North Phoenix, July 2013, and then I believe the winter after that was the first actual season at our Esperanza location. Ahwatukee, Tempe, Goodyear, the ones we bought, Aaron bought, that was in July. That was when I came on board. Started running those for him. Currently at 12 locations: North Phoenix, Glendale, Cave Creek, Paradise Valley, Avondale, Ahwatukee, Tempe. Looking to go to Levine, hopefully by the fall, if not, maybe early 2018, to just kind of round out the valley, get a good circle going throughout the whole valley. Winter season had around 1,500 kids. I think our biggest was the last fall, so we had somewhere around 1,800. So still growing, still getting some more presence in the area, and hopefully only getting bigger. So head coach versus assistant coach. The real difference between head coach and assistant coach. Head coach, for those people that have been around for a while, They feel comfortable running practice on their own. They don't necessarily need the help of an instructor, me, Rob, or Will. They kind of just do their own thing, whether it be basketball, flag football, soccer. They take their team, they run their drills, and during the game, they take part in the game as well. Assistant coaches is for those who are kind of hesitant or they're new, they're not really sure what to expect. They rely a little bit more on the instructor, but they're also helping out in the practices. The instructor goes through the practice plan, does some drills, and then the assistant coach is just another hand for the instructor to help the kids help the kids learn, sorry. So those are really the big differences. About the venue, so Sequoia Elementary School, Saturday and Sunday are the same. The layout, at least, Saturday soccer has 8 teams, 2 t-ball teams. Sequoia Sunday has 2 soccer teams and 6 t-ball/coach pitch teams. There you go, the field map right there. T-ball might move just depending on the day, and the range likes to collect on that field, so it might move to the other side. But that's the range right there. Schedule range between 9 and 12:45, probably in the earlier end of that 12:45 time. Soccer will probably end right around there on Saturday for soccer. Blackout days is that Easter weekend. There'll be no practices and games. If you want to show up and practice, that's fantastic. You'll have the field to yourself because we will not be there. We'll be relaxing or doing whatever. Picture date is for April 22nd for Saturday in Sequoia, and then Sunday is April 9th. That's the second week for Sunday. St. Bernadette, 2 soccer teams, 8 basketball teams at St. Bernadette. They'll split the court in 2, I believe, for those first 2 soccer groups. Schedule is between 12 and 5 p.m. That last group will end around 5 in the afternoon. Blackout date again, Easter weekend. Picture date is April 9th, week 2 as well. And Shiloh, 4 basketball teams, schedule range between 1 and 3:30. Blackout date again, Easter as well. And if anyone here from Shiloh, you're taking your pictures at St. Bernadette. It's at 64th and Bell. We'll send out an email separate, and you'll get all your information that way. So 3 core things I9 is all about: fun, safety, and convenience. And it's fun for your kids, build self-esteem. We do accommodate those buddy requests, I'd say 99% of the time. If your friends have been playing together forever and your kids still want to continue playing, we allow, our system allows us to put them together so they can keep going and going. At my Awatu PE franchise, we've had some teams that have been together for 10 seasons. So 10 seasons, that's about 3.5 years of leagues. So we get some pretty good core teams in there that just love having fun coming out. Safety, all of you signed a parental pledge, or at least are going to, saying that you'll observe, proper behaviors, no cussing at instructors or refs or other parents or at kids, believe it or not. Coaches, they all sign the same thing as well. We expect everyone to behave in a certain way, and we have no tolerance policy for any, arguing or any foul language or behavior. Convenience, Saturdays or Sundays only. All of you know that. Just 1 day a week. We don't do any during week practices. Just keeping it real simple for you guys. One of the big pulls of I9 is that 1 day a week system. We know you got other kids, you have other things to do, you got lives to live, and sports, it can get kind of crazy with a lot of kids, a lot of programs. So 1 day a week is just a good amount of time for kids to get out there, make some friends, get some exercise, and for you to not be lugging kids and gear around all week. So the bi-weekly practice plans, you will all receive those every other week. We'll send your guys' out next Tuesday. We'll send them out every other Tuesday. It has a list of all the sports and the lesson plan for those 2 weeks, so you know what you're doing. Worst case, it hasn't happened very often, I don't think. But if an instructor calls out and Aaron or I or Will or Rob can find someone to cover for that instructor, the coaches have that practice plan, so worst possible scenario, you guys can still run the program and still have a successful day. In there will also be the weekly newsletters. We'll send those out every Wednesday. The sponsorship value for the next week will be in there. We post to our private SmugMug account all the pictures from the week before. That's private. Only you guys have access to your certain site. No one has other access to any other site. You have to share those, copy those, put them on Facebook, do whatever you want. We don't charge. It's just a courtesy that we do for you guys. You can take them. You can get them developed if you want to get a nice frame, go to Target, whatever you want to do. We post those just so you guys can have them. Our site managers walk around the field of the court taking pictures during the day. And if you guys can take some pictures, want to go into a upload, we can do that too. But we know you coaches, you're kind of busy running around coaching your teams. you can't always just stop and take pictures of your kid, so that's something that we do mostly for you guys as well. So first day, our Jamboree day, opening day, coaches arrive. We ask you guys arrive 30 minutes early so you can get your coach bag, get yourself situated, put your name tags on your jerseys, get ready for your kids to arrive. So when you first get there, you'll have your coach shirt. I see some of you have them on. That's fantastic. If you're a returning coach and you lost your coach's shirt, let us know. We'll have one opening day. We'll have a couple extras. Same with name tags. I believe we print name tags for all coaches again this season. But if for some reason we forgot to print you one or you don't have one, let us know. We'll get that to you for sure. You'll have your latest team roster. We get late buddy requests, late registrations up until the day before. I know tomorrow we're going to spend a couple hours just filling in the rest of the ones that are all due this weekend. We have about 80 of them. So there's a lot, and so the final team roster will be in your bag on Saturday when you arrive at the field or the court. Jersey sizes, they're listed on the roster. So Billy will be an extra small. We'll show that. So you know Billy will have an extra small size. They're numbered in order as well. We also include a pen in there, so as soon as you give a kid a name tag and his jersey, if you want to write their number down in the roster next to their name, so you're not saying hey kid or hey number 11 or hey you with the blue jersey, even though your whole team's wearing blue. You say hey Billy or hey Johnny, that was a great play, good job. And it's easier to memorize their names. That's a big thing. If you walk away with only a few things today, please remember your kids' names. It's just a better way to run the program. It's just more efficient that way. Hats, T-ball only. The hats will be in those coaches' bags as well. They're adjustable. Each of your kids will have one of those. Flag belts will actually be at the site manager's table, so you don't have to worry about that. They'll be there when you get there in the morning. So season over, so Jamboree day again, changing your coach shirt, wear your name tag. We ask that you wear your coach's shirt and your name tag every day so kids know who to look to when they need help or who to look to for instruction. You're a good focal point. It's red. Red stands out. Our jerseys are never the same color as our coach shirts, so they know where to go. We have 75% of your kids. Go ahead and bring them to the field if you're not already at the field. Go ahead and get them ready. The instructors will be doing a parent meeting real quick with all the parents, about 3-4 minutes before the start. We'll go over a shorter version of everything that we're going over today, quick little meeting just so the parents are aware of picture day and all that good stuff. Come up with team names, please. Again, if one of the things you leave with here, again, please pick a team name, 2 just in case. A lot of people like to be the Suns and the Cardinals and the Rattlers and the Diamondbacks. So think of 2 team names, the Warriors, Cavaliers, another big one. So if someone already picked the Suns, if someone already picked the Warriors, you have a second team name to go back on. When we do the banner breaks, we'll explain that later. We don't want to say TO2 or S27, it just sounds not that exciting. So think of a cool name, the Super Awesome Kickers, the Dragon Tornado Sharks, something interesting like that. So in your coach's bag, you'll have the jerseys. Put the name tag on it, and then give the kid the jersey so you can properly introduce yourself. Hey Lorenzo, hey Johnny, hey Billy, here you go. I'm Coach Connor. It's a nice, good way to intro them. Your coach bag will look something like this. I'll have your team name on it. It'll be behind your team sign. We will send, you should already have your preliminary rosters. I believe I sent them yesterday. So you should know your team number, team name, any other coaches. If there are any other coaches on your team, it'll show it on that top right corner there. Name tag, if you don't already have one, that will also be in there. If there isn't one in there and you're a first-time coach, let us know. We'll have just sticker name tags for you, and then the next week we'll have a real name tag for you. Again, their T-ball hats will be in there. Put the name on the bill here, so when you're going to be taller than all the baseball kids, I'm assuming. So when you look down on them, you see them say, hey Leonardo, hey Billy, good job, good game, and that way it's there all year. So if a hat gets left behind, you know whose it is at the end of the day. Or have the parents write it inside, whatever's easiest for all you guys. So week 2, sportsmanship value lessons begin. For all you new coaches, we do different sportsmanship value every week. It's something that I can take home with them or take to school with them, whether it's respect, courtesy, being a good buddy, being a good teammate, something like that. That's how we make our experience off the field more than just on the field. And yeah, so we do that every week. There's a different one every week. Give the kids to think about something. We ask that you check in 15 minutes early starting week 2. Go check in, please check in. get your medal. We'll have a little stands with that certain sportsmanship value, so you can look at it and pay attention to it during the game. We don't want coaches coming up at the last minute and say, hey, can I have my medal? Oh yeah, what's the sportsmanship value? Because then the kids aren't thinking about it. They're not really learning any kind of extra value from it. So we ask that you check in so you know the value and know what to be looking out for. The instructors will also go over it before every practice. Will or Rob will get all the kids in a circle with the coaches so everyone knows the certain value for the day. So you guys can make a decision on that as well. At the end of the game, have your team line up, shake hands with the opposing team, high fives, whatever they want to do. They can fist bump. We have some people do a parent tunnel after every game. Just depends on the program. We do it at the very end, but your parents, if they want to do it, you can do that as well. No one's definitely going to stop you at all. Send your award winner back to the canopy to get their picture taken. You see the bottom picture there. We like to take them. We post them on our smug mug, so you can take those. Send it to all your family. The kids love it. They'll have a medal on. It's a real good picture. Keep track of award winners as well. If you have on your phone or have a little notebook like to take to the field or the court with you. We have little folders with all the kids' names and all the teams in there. So if you lose track or you want to just tell us, make sure the kids come up to us, say, hey, my name is Billy, I won it today. Or you could say, hey, Billy, you won it today, and then we'll keep track for you. So at the end of the season, you don't have 7 medals, and you have no idea who has gotten one or who hasn't gotten one. And then at the end of the day, a good way to just end it, hands in, 1, 2, 3, fireballs, 1, 2, 3, suns, awesome pickers, whatever. It's a good way to just send them off to go get their snacks because they're already thinking about it and don't want to be there anymore anyway. So picture day, week 2, first Sequoia Sunday, St. Bernadette and Shiloh. Week 3, your picture days for Sequoia Saturday. So it's done by a company called Portrait FX. So the way they do it is they take them individually, the pictures. They don't take one group picture. That way they can avoid any nose picking, wedgie picking, crying, closing eyes, looking off in the distance, thinking about whatever. So they take it individually and then they morph them into one nice team picture. It just looks real good, and there's a bunch of different kind of novelty items they have with it. They got mugs, cups, magnets, all kinds of cool stuff. If you order online, you get a free luggage tag. So if you want to just get out of the way, bring your receipt on picture day as you fill out the paperwork so they know that what you purchased and they can get it all right, of course. Schedule will be changed slightly this day, possibly, depending on the site and how many teams there are and how many kids. We're going to send out a schedule 3 times the week before picture day, just so there's hopefully no way you can possibly miss it. They'll have a adjusted game time or practice time on the right column somewhere. So if your normal game time is 9, but your pictures are at 8 o'clock, you're not going to play your practice at 9 o'clock. You're going to start at probably 8:30. So be aware of that changed time so you know to arrive on time. Or I don't want to take my pictures, whatever, I don't care. He's played for 14 seasons, I don't even like him anyway. We're not getting pictures for my kid, whatever. We still ask that you show up. So this cool group picture has 5, 6, or 7, or 8 kids and not 2. My All-Tuki one, we had a team picture with 2 kids in it. So please advise all your parents to bring their kids to picture day. Even if they're not going to pay for pictures, that's fine, they don't have to. But we do want full team pictures. It looks like a team picture instead of a buddy picture if only 2 kids show up. Okay. Oh, I already explained that. Yeah, pictures will be distributed on the last practice, last game. Or if we get them earlier at our Peter Piper party, I'll go over. We might have them there as well. So week 3, again, that's Easter, no games or no practices or games. Week 4 is a standard practice and game, and then midway through the season, you're going to get an email from Listen360. It's sent out by our corporate headquarters over in Tampa. It's a quick 2-question survey. It takes less than a minute. They ask if you would recommend us to a friend, and then rate us on a scale of 1 to 10. Anything less than a 7 is a bad review. Actually, anything less than a 9 really is considered bad. So we don't want to be those red ones. We want to be the green ones all the way on the right. If you see any problems during the season, don't wait till week 4 and unload on us on the surveys. If we can fix it earlier and it's an easy problem to fix, we'll fix it right away. There's no sense in waiting 1, 2, 3, even 4 weeks to notify us of a problem. So we don't know there's a problem if you don't tell us there is. So let us know as soon as possible so we can make our programs better for the current and for the future. Week 5, standard practicing game. Week 6 is a standard practicing game, but it's also Coach Appreciation Day. This is our chance and the parents' chance to thank you as coaches. You know, you guys could very easily be sitting on the sidelines drinking a nice coffee, hanging out with your other kids, doing whatever you want to do. But you know, you give us an hour or 2 hours of your Saturday to help these kids get better and to have fun, and we really appreciate that. And so we give you a little reward as well for helping us. We give you a $10 credit for a future registration for every season you've coached, up to $50. So we have some people that have maxed out and have been maxed out forever because they just love coaching. So that's our little thank you to you for helping us out this season. So the end of the season, Peter Piper, that's at the Thursday before all these season ends. It's going to be here at this Peter Piper on May 18th, and it's going to go from about 5 till 8 o'clock at night. And if you reserve, there's a reserve packet. I believe I have a copy of it, but we'll send you a packet. We send the packets out in a couple weeks for you to reserve a table. They can do dough rolling contests, ice cream eating contests. They pizza box folding contests. They try and see how far they can throw the dough. It's a lot of fun. We'll give you MVP awards. Those blue awards in the folder. We ask that you fill those out and then bring them the Saturday before that. Give them to your kids, and then if they show up to the party, they have some tokens on there as well, and that MVP award. They can play some games. We ask that if you aren't going to be at the party with your team, let them know. A lot of times we get parents and kids come in and say, hey, where's coach? Where's coach? And we say, well, we don't know. Did they reserve a table? And they say, well, I don't know. And then we don't know what to go from there. So if you want to get together, there's some deals in there as well. You can get 3 extra large pizzas and 12 drinks for all the kids, and it's $45. So have all the parents pitch in, $3, $4, $5. You by no means have to pay for anything. We do it as a fundraiser for our scholarship fund, providing registration for kids that wouldn't otherwise be able to afford it. So we get a percentage back for that fund. So the more the merrier. You want to bring your team, bring them on out. You can register. There's an email listed. Register a table, do all those fun games, and then just have a good time with your team. There's also a token deal in there. I think it's 300 tokens for $50, so all the kids can get a couple tokens as well. In week 7, final practicing game, we do a little something special either before their practice or before their game. We'll have a parent tunnel. All the parents will form a little tunnel. We're going to have our breakaway banner. We're going to play Eye of the Tiger. Depending on the location, we'll have a nice smoke machine. Have the kids run through the breakaway banner under the parents. Some loud music and some smoke. Kids love it. They get a kick out of it every season, every site. Doesn't matter how old the kids are. They all just love it. So it's just something extra we like to do to have a little fun for the kids on the last day. Also, when you check in, you'll get a bag of the participation medals. By week 6, you should have already finished all of your sportsmanship value medals. And so week 7, when you get there, you'll have all the participation medals for your whole team. And at the end of the game, you can do a little mini, medal laying ceremony. You can have all the parents around taking pictures. Our site managers will try their best to get pictures, but during that time it's pretty crazy, so we can't promise we'll get them. But and also division championship medals depending on the location and playoffs, things like that. So it's just a little extra thing we do for the kids. They really get a kick out of it, and the parents have fun too. And I'm going to turn over to Will here, go over some parent-coach expectations and some rules for it.
Check. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? How you guys doing? I don't believe it. This happens every time. How are we doing? Thank you very much, everybody. My name is Will. I'm the lead instructor for this I9 sports franchise. Just meaning I kind of give a lot of input on the practice plans and the way we kind of present the programs as far as the instructors and the coaches go. Just to kind of make it as uniform as possible and give the kids the best experience. That's really what we're here for. Unlike a lot of other leagues, we're able to teach first and then worry about the records and the wins and losses second. So it's a really good place for beginners to start, since we don't focus on the score at all. There may be some score kept depending on your age group, but it's never the focus. Even if you have divisions, the winning and the losing is never a focus. We encourage our coaches to remind your kids of that, because if we do have a scoreboard up, like in basketball, they'll get over fixated on it. Oh, did I score, or does the other team have more points? And maybe I'll lose interest in the game or something like that. So really stay focused on making sure they're engaged in things we're teaching, and the sportsmanship values, and we give all kinds of other opportunities to affect the game and to be a part of the class without necessarily winning or scoring the most points, no matter the sport. So we really want to focus on that. As far as our culture goes, we like to really dial in on there. Uniformity is really big to us. So as Connor just said, we're really big on having our coaches' shirts on every time you're out. Coaches' shirts and name tags. I got mine on just to show you. It's really easy to forget, but also really important as far as kids, especially if they don't know you yet. Cool to have them call you by name and be able to build a relationship with them that actually feels genuine. If you can say their name, they can say yours, kind of thing, get to know you. And also gives them a way to try to learn respect to outside of the sport, learn how to talk to other people. Use their name, look in the eyes, communicate with them how you want them to communicate with other people, no matter what, in any situation. And we kind of try to just bring that to everybody, as well as grab some notes. Communication, really big with us. Parent communication, coach communication, athletes, coach, everybody, we should all be on the same page. Sentence and word out of the same book, hopefully, so that everything goes smoothly. If there's a chance that you can't be there, or you know you're not going to be available for a practice or a game or something like that, just let us know. It's not going to affect your team standings or nothing like that, but it just makes it really weird when I'm the instructor, I'm supposed to have 2 coaches, neither of them show up because they had to go to the Bahamas or something like that. Cool, take your vacation, but don't mess up the entire class just blanking out on us. Give us a heads up as early as possible so that the kids don't miss out and the kids don't have a weird experience because they don't have a coach or anyone there, and we're just kind of scrambling around trying to fix it at the last minute. Give us a heads up if something's up or something's going to be a problem and you can't make it or you can't come. It's not a big deal, just so we know that we can get you covered. If an event, there's an instructor that cannot make it, and it happens sometimes. I missed a day in 3 years, so it'll happen. The instructor should be warning us, so you guys would get a heads up that you would be in charge of running your team's practice at that point. We do give out the practice plans like Connor said. I wrote them all as simply as humanly possible. So a caveman should be able to look at this, set up a drill, and just have the kids kind of run through it for a little bit of time before their game goes on. Again, you'll have people around that should be able to assist you, but if it's left up to you, we try to do our best to make it as easy as possible. You don't have to prepare them for a combine or the NBA draft or anything like that. Just give them something to do for 30 minutes and be energetic just for a little bit before their game. And that's all we really ask to do, especially if you're filling in for an instructor, because that's not really the plan we have. We respect you guys to have an instructor, and we expect the instructor to have coaches. That's how we build it. If not, though, we're willing to help each other out. Just as long as we're willing to communicate, it usually works out really well. Also, for communication purposes, email your coaches or your parents or anybody else that you feel like needs to be in contact with you early, especially the parents if you're a coach. Send a shout out to them. We give an instructor or a coach's email that goes out with like a template for the coaches to fill in with it. Just put your name in. If you don't feel like adding anything, you don't have to. If you want to add some more specific things about yourself, to reach out and let them know you're human, you can actually be talked to and everything like that. More power to you. If not, just put your name in, let them know that you're the coach, and they can reach out to you on the day to ask questions. You may not have the answers, but you can at least point to the instructor that does, or the site manager that does, or they just have a point of contact. So we all have someone to communicate to, which is really big. Also, when you email in your coaches and your parents, reach out to parents for snacks. I think Connor mentioned that snacks during the season are big. Just make sure you know who's giving them out when. Also, really big, allergies. Even if they don't have them, just in your initial email when you reach out just to say hello as the coach, mention that if you have any kids with allergies or things we need to look out for, let us know early, because the other parents aren't going to know. They're going to bring whatever they want for snack. As far as snack goes too, if you can, I got the coaches that are here. Is everybody a coach here, or are we just parents? Where are my coaches? Coaches, encourage your parents to bring real food to the practices. You do the same. Just set an example. They're going to be running out in the sun, the desert sun, for a long time. So water is awesome. Lots of water. Fruit, real fruit if you can. Something that's going to fuel them. These are young athletes. They want to teach them not only how to play the game, but also how to take care of the body that they're going to need to do so. So real food is really big. I'm into health a lot, so you'll hear me say that a lot. Water and whatever you consider real. Hopefully it doesn't have to come out of a bag or a box every week. But that's me preaching on that. Learn your names, Connor mentioned that already, and learn your site directive. know who your site manager is, just so you know who to ask. Again, if you have questions. First point of contact, if your instructor's not available, or if they're not, or if they can't be reached right away, ask the site manager. They should have everything you need up there. If you're in football, they'll have the equipment for the mouth guards, and basketball as well. Mouth guards, shin guards, tape for pockets, band-aids, ice packs, the snacks and everything will be up there. So site managers are really big. They have everything the instructors don't have. And they also like the central hub for all the information, your sportsmanship values, as well as the medals will be there. So just check in every week, just see what's going on. Maybe it's something you can use, maybe not. But just at least stop by there once before you start to head to your field to find out where you're going to go. Also, field assignments, court assignments also will be with your site manager. Oh, that's not me. Okay. Important days for you to reach out. Talking about communication again, are going to be the first day. Before the first day, hopefully you've already reached out and just told the parents that you're one of the coaches so they know who to look for. Coach Ron, we know him. He's got his name tag on, his shirt. We recognize him right away. We'll go bring my kids to him. I know he's on Coach Ron's team. Studies, and that way it goes much quicker. We get more reps in for the kids during practice. Also, we get longer games if we can get the practices over with and the intro part of the day one over with quickly. So as quick as you can, try to meet up with your coach, get your team name selected, and get everything going. Picture day is another big one. Reach out to your parents and your teams before picture day, especially if you're at Shiloh. Shiloh picture day is going to be at a different location, right? Yeah, different location this year again, just making sure it'll be at a different location. So normally we have the picture people come to the site that you're at, do your pictures, and then go home. If you're with Shiloh, either coaching or playing, then your pictures are going to be at a different site. It'll be detailed to you through email a couple times at least, hopefully from us and then also from your coach to remind you. Your pictures will be taken in the morning of your practice and game. So you go to one of our morning sites, take your pictures there, and you'd still be able to be on time for your afternoon game and or practice time. So remember that. Picture day is always the same day as your game. And we also warn you, even if you're not buying them, no matter what site you're at, please, please, please have everyone take pictures so we can get a full team picture. It looks really weird if there's only one coach and one kid in there, like it was a partner session or a private class. So make sure you're taking pictures. Also, the last day of the season, remind the coaches and the kids it's the last day. Get there on time so we can start early enough to do our parent tunnel and get the whole game in. Parent tunnel is a really quick thing when we do it. It takes a long time to set up because we got to get all the teams and all the kids and all the sports into one location to do the run through the banner, and then we have to reset it and everything. So again, another one of those times you want to move as quickly as you can so we can get as many reps as possible, because that's really the only thing that's going to get the kids better. Last but not least, pizza party. If you're not going to be at the pizza party, just tell us so we can have somebody be the hub for where the kids look to go to when they go for a reserve table. And if you're gonna do it, make sure somebody reserves a table so you don't get here and have to fight for space or anything like that. And they also set up some cool stuff for us. We'll make sure all that's set up for you. All you gotta do is call and say, hey, my team's coming, we'll be there, and then they should be able to meet you at the front door. There you go. Class overview, just really quick before we go into the sports. Overview of the class looks like this. I'm the instructor. I come in when it's about time for our class to start. I'll blow my whistle. I have a whistle. It's in my shirt. I have a whistle. I blow my whistle. Bring everybody in. Right then and there is when we'll have our sportsmanship value talk, because I got everybody in front of me. So we'll go over the sportsmanship value as instructors. We go over that. So if your instructor's not doing that, please email us. Tell us that that's not happening, because it makes a really big difference. We book in the class with the sportsmanship value because it gives a definitive end to the beginning and the end of the class. And it also gives you time for the whole hour of the class to focus on the value. If you do the value at the end of the practice, we've had no time to coach the kids into being good teammates, or into treating people well, or into speaking the goals, all those things. If we do it at the beginning, we get to talk about it the whole day. And then also award somebody for that thing the whole day. So make sure you're going over that sportsmanship value at the beginning. Your instructor should be doing it with the group as a whole. After that, you guys would either break off to your individual practices if you have your coaches with you, or your instructor would then take you through an instructor warm-up and or practice, and then your game starts right after that. For the games, we usually go 30-minute practice, 30, 45-minute game. So you'll always have the same time practice, games always the same time. If anything gets cut short, it's the practice. Practice gets cut a little short. We make sure we play the full game every single week, all right? After the game, we shake hands, say good game to each other, congratulate your teammates, maybe have a short little instructor closing, maybe they want to say something to the class what they saw, maybe they want to cue some extra things. You break off, you go meet your coaches individually as teams. That's when you give out your snack. That's when you give out your sportsmanship medals right then and there. So the instructor should be going over it in the beginning. You should be handing a medal out at the end of every practice. If you don't have a medal, go get one at the site manager's desk or tell your instructor so that they can go run and grab one really quietly, hand it to you on the low so kids don't see you just kind of scrambling at the last minute to do it. Last thing with the medals too, make sure you unwrap them. They'll come in plastic, like little toys out of a cereal box. Don't give it to the kids like that because it looks janky. Just unwrap it. That way you can actually put the medal on the kid when you award them. Have your kids clap it up. Try to give them energy when they do it. Make the kid feel good about winning the award for that week. And if you can, try to actually give it to a kid who exhibited the behavior. If you can. It may be hard some weeks, but you can look out for the kid that was actually listening really well or something like that. We'll give out a medal every week until the end of the season. After week 6, everyone should have gotten a medal. Week 7, everybody gets a participation medal. So at the end of the season, every athlete or student, if you want to call them that, should have gotten 2 medals by the time the season ends. For the game times, sports specifically, soccer is really simple. Any of my soccer coaches here? Anybody won at least? Okay, cool. Soccer's really easy. You got, depending on your age group, either 5-on-5 or 7-on-7. Your younger group will not have goalies. 5-on-5, no goalies. It's really big because the younger kids don't know any better and they're really spacey sometimes. So they'll stand in the net the whole game. They'll actually end up wearing the thing by the end of it if you don't say anything. So encourage them to move around the field first. Younger kids don't need a goalie. If you need to, kind of halt a bunch of kids on top of the goal, set some cones up maybe around it. I usually do a goalie box where no players allowed inside of this area. If the ball goes in there, we stop the play. The coach will get it out and roll it back on the field. Kids aren't allowed in there, otherwise we just hold it up. That stops a lot of extra kicking each other and everything like that. No penalty kicks for either group. And for your super peewees and peewees, you're gonna go only 4 6-minute quarters with like it doesn't matter the sport, either 1 to 3 minute breaks. Football, basketball, t-ball, doesn't matter the sport. Keep your breaks short because we only get a short amount of time to do this stuff. An hour goes really quickly when you gotta wrangle cats. So make sure your kids are getting in and out of their breaks really quickly, as fast as they can. Try to set drills up in between those so don't just stand and hang while the kids are off getting their break. Maybe you set up the next thing you're gonna do so you can cue them right to get in line and start doing something else so we can keep their attention as much as possible. Juniors and seniors, they're gonna go for 4 8-minute quarters. They get a little longer. They need a little bit less rest, but still the same thing for them. Cut your breaks short as you can. Keep it as quick as you, keep the game moving as much as possible. Also for soccer, try to encourage your parents on the side and whoever's on the side watching to corral the ball in, and then the coaches and the refs will do the same thing. Keep the ball in play as much as you can so you don't have to keep blowing the whistle when it goes out of bounds. Because in soccer, they're going to chase, a mob of people are going to be chasing the ball every play. Also, good time to point out, no matter the sport, you can always cue spacing. No matter the sport. We need, even if we got cheerleading, we can't do our routine if we're not spaced properly. So keep the kids spaced out. Remind them that they can't pass each other. I can't see you if you're behind the ball kind of thing. If you have no other cues to give them, spacing is one I always go to. Everybody needs it. Every sport needs it. It always helps. I'll say this for this one, but it counts for all of them. Please hold all, we want you to be competitive. Let's start with that. Competition's awesome. We want to teach them to be competitive, but no violence. Nothing degrading, nothing derogatory towards each other. Let's keep it in the spirit of good competition. Nothing wrong with being happy about doing well as long as it's not putting another person down. Really want to teach them really cool behaviors that they can carry outside of here. So keep that in mind. No offsides in the senior division or any division actually either. So soccer just kind of play full court and we just try to kind of cue no hands and spacing for the most part. T-ball and coach pitch are really similar. Only difference is obviously your younger kids are going to hit off the tee. Give them the chance. It usually takes 1 or 2 swings. They'll hit it. Try not to count the hit unless it goes infield. So the ones that roll off to the side, or teach them at least what a foul ball is. Also with your younger kids in T-ball, you're going to have to teach running the bases. 90% of your players that you get as coaches are going to be beginners. So assume they've never played the sport at all, ever. Never seen a ball, never seen a bag, never seen a football, a flag, or anything like that. So coach them and explain it to them as if they've never done it before. Running bases is going to be big for the littles the first couple weeks. Just literally have them run the bases. Run the bases all around the field a couple times. They get a kick out of it. You also get to teach it. I usually have them yell out the base as they're running it. First, second, third, so they can actually remember what it is. And then if you can, try to start queuing those bases in the game too. As far as playing time for any sport, we want it to be equal overall. Baseball's unique in the sense that it has multiple positions where you have to stay where you are. So rotate the kids through each position, set them up in the positions actually too. We can still teach a position even if they can't play shortstop. They can know where it stands or where it starts. First base is the same. Give every kid the chance to play first base. The ball's going to get whipped at whoever's at that first base, so let every kid get the chance to get the ball whipped at them and try to catch it. We usually coach that as the main base we throw to. If you can get a good enough group to start coaching second base and third base, and at least teaching them how to get outs and how it was look and feel, do it. More power to you. Cut off, same thing. Anything you can add into your sport to make it more realistic and prepare them for the actual game if they decide to go play. That's what we want to do. Because again, most of them are beginners. You're probably their first coach, probably the first time they played the sport. So we just want to make sure they have fun and they learn something from it. And hopefully they want to come back and add on to the experience next session or in any session or without us if they want. But hopefully they get a good experience with us and want to get a feel for or get more out of the sport after that. Coach pitch, same thing. Both teams are going to bat full order. So if I have 15 kids bat, one round through, no outs, no scores or anything like that. 15 kids bat, then they switch. They rotate. The next team will bat and do the same. So again, you'll have plenty of time to rotate players through fields and have them play multiple positions during one inning. We usually get through 2 at the most. If you can get more, awesome. Awesome. The more reps we can get for any of the sports, the better off we're going to be. Last but not least, for coach pitch and the other one, try to keep your kids behind a certain arc. We'll build a yellow arc where the infielders are on the stage. So try not to, if this is the tee, try not to stand on the tee or have defenders on the tee waiting for the ball. You're going to get hit by a bat or a ball. I've seen both fly out of kids' hands. So have them stand back a little further just for safety reasons as well. Also, if you're batting, you must have a helmet. Rule. Just like you have to have a mouth guard in basketball, mouth guard in football, you have to have a helmet if you have a bat in your hand at all times. It's just a rule. Because I've seen, and you won't believe it, I've seen at least 10 kids hit themselves in the head with a baseball bat. Believe it or not. They swing it, and they follow all the way through, and it hits up in the back of their head. The only thing saves you from the concussion from the aluminum bat is the helmet. So make sure they got the helmets on, even if they don't remember, make sure you're paying attention to that. Coach pitch, last thing I want to say is limit your athletes to 3 to 5 pitches per batter. Please do not give this kid 70 pitches trying to get him one hit. Not to say I don't want to see it too, but it ruins it for the other 14 kids waiting to bat. They don't get the same chance. They're probably not going to get as many turns. After about 3 to 5 pitches, if they're still having trouble hitting it, cool, no worries. We'll get another opportunity this game. Give them the tee, have them hit off the tee. They get the same process. We only do base hits for either of them. So after your hit, you only go to first base because we're queuing on running the bases still during the game even. So you'll rotate through the bases. You should end up with the bases loaded after your third batter, obviously. And then everybody just hits and rotates through. The last batter for either sport, either age group is going to hit a grand slam, which means they hit, everybody goes in. Rotate your batters just like you're going to rotate your fielders when you switch sides so that not the same kid is hitting a grand slam every time. Everybody can get that feel for it. I think that should be it for baseball. Basketball, my favorite. So basketball, we cue. More than anything else, we want to get on top of moving violations from day one. There is no such thing as running with a basketball. You cannot do it. So they may not lose the ball, especially for the younger kids, but we blow the heck out of the whistle, stop the game, hold on, listen to me, let me talk to you for a second. Boom. This is what's wrong. You can't do it. Doesn't translate to the other sports, blah, blah, blah. Explain it as best you can. If you're the coach, talk to the kids on the sideline. I'm going to do it on the court. You do it on the sideline. If we reinforce it enough, I feel like it works. It does work. I've seen it too many times. So really talk about traveling, double dribbling, encourage them to either, first and foremost, dribble with purpose so that they go somewhere with the basketball instead of just dribbling once or twice in one place, stopping. That doesn't help your team. It actually puts you in a bad position because usually they do it when they're full court. They'll get the ball in, take 2 dribbles and stop and just kind of look around and maybe start dribbling again or just look for someone to help them. Make sure they dribble it as far up the court as they can without stopping and cue them to, after that crazy thought, pass the ball. Pick the ball up, pass. For the teammates, you're not allowed to move when you pick it up, so tell them to move. We encourage movement, spacing with every single sport. So really get that out there, especially basketball, football, every sport. Basketball, football, soccer. You can't play these games, or any sport for that matter, if you don't know spacing. Spacing's huge. That's the difference between okay, great, good, and bad kind of thing. So teach them as early as we can at young ages. And I've seen it happen with even the youngest kids. Once they figure out that once I have space to pass the ball and move, the game's easier, they love doing it. They love passing it to each other. They love seeing each other score. They love being a part of the play. They think all they want to do is score because that's all they watch on television. But when you made a really good pass and coaches and teammates, everybody blows up about it, they love doing it. I've seen some of the greatest passes come from the youngest groups after they've seen that they can get encouraged to do it. So just encourage that passing, whatever the sport is. We don't do jump balls for our little kids. We do rock, paper, scissors for basketball to start the tip. Every tie-up, no matter the age group, is going to be rock, paper, scissors as well, just to keep the game going quickly. We jump ball for juniors and seniors to start the game, just so they can get a real feel for how the sport is going to actually be played. Basketball, what else? Oh, half-court defense. We're listed as half-court defense in the practice plans and the rule books. I like to say it's more of like a three-quarter court defense. Same thing for soccer. If you're in soccer, don't let your kids crowd the half-court line and wait for another kid to dribble it up. Because again, they're beginners. They're going to lose the ball all game. Force your kids to play defense from closer to their net or closer to their basket so that the beginners can move up the court as far as they can. Once they get about to the free throw line of the other team, then we start to encourage them. So if you're on defense, we don't have Steph Curry out here. There's nobody out here shooting from half court. So there's no need to guard a kid at half court. They're not going to make a shot. They're not even going to take the shot. They're not even going to look at it. They're going to freeze up, and the game's going to get really slow if we start playing defense from there. It's almost as bad as full court defense. So scoot your kids back to inside the three-point line if you're on basketball. Same thing for soccer. If you got soccer, give them a line back towards your net to play at so that the other kids can start at least passing the ball forward and moving forward with the ball before they get defended. And then once they're close to that, full defense. Have them guard it, have them feel how the real game is going to feel when they're playing. Flag football. At least our last sport. Any football coaches in here? None? Boom, no football coaches. At all? We don't have any football. Okay, football's fun. If you decide to coach it, call me. You want me to go through it? No. Cool. Thank you then very much. I'll skip to the part where it says thank you. Cool, thank you for coming. I appreciate your time, energy, effort. We really couldn't do this without you guys, especially the volunteer thing is huge. I'm compensated to be here because I'm working here. You guys are giving your time and energy for the love of it. And I appreciate that. Your kids are going to appreciate it. The other kids are going to appreciate it. I see it every single season. Again, thank you guys. Can't wait to see you on the fields.